Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm on time this evening and here to say hello to everybody. What's going on? It's the pastor. Facebook Live with the pastor on this Friday night. I hate to disturb you all's Friday evening, but this topic that I want to talk about tonight it's really important, and it has to do with the Charleston County School Board race for District 4, where we have two candidates that are running, two African-American candidates, two males, and there's some controversy going on, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Please share this out if you get on and invite some more people, because this topic tonight is really important, and I'm going to need probably some input from you all just to make sure that I'm thinking correctly, or am I missing something? Okay, so I'm going to get in deep, but I'm going to do like I usually do, and to start this off with a little music while I get some folks tagged up. Sonia, good evening. Thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. And the song tonight that I'm going to start off with is a song from 1991 by a group called Ghetto Boys. Some of y'all might remember it, but the name of the song is My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. And it's really a very apt description right now from some of the controversy that I've seen, especially in this District 4 Charleston County School Board race against Craig Logan and Kevin Hollinshead. And I just, from my perspective, I want to, one, clear the air, but then I want to just figure out, is my mind playing tricks on me? It could be. I ain't too big to check myself, though. So let me start this up with little Ghetto Boys from 1991. And this is definitely the clean version. All right? All right.
I sit alone in my filk on the room, staring at candles.
Alan, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? It's the pastor, Facebook Live on a Friday. Come on, somebody. Let me get some folks tagged up. Y'all please share this out. If my tag button is working. Oh, it looks like it's working a little bit.
But I ain't going out without a fight.
Yeah.
Every time my eyes close, I start sweating and blood starts coming out my nose. It's somebody watching the act. But I don't know who it is, so I'm watching my back. I can see them when I'm deep in the covers.
Yeah.
When I awake, I hear a car burning rubber. And yo's a black hat like I own.
Again, this is
a black suit and a cane like my own.
Sometimes I have to check myself and have to ask for input, because sometimes it just don't seem that I'm thinking straight or something. I don't know. But this one got me a little perplexed. That's why I keep talking about it as a controversy. So I'd like to get some folks on tonight to listen to what I have to say. And y'all tell me, am I tripping or what? It's messed up when your mind playing tricks on you. Yeah. Make sure I tag Francis here, okay? I'm trying my best not to tag the people who don't want to be tagged. I drive big cars. Everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star, but late at night, something ain't right. Feel me? And tell by the same sucker's headlights. Come on, somebody. It was gold medal flower. For the couple for the sucker. All right, folks. I got a few people tagged up. I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay. I even hit a couple of people from Chicago that I really wasn't planning on hitting. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. French, Boss Hog. All right, I'm going to hit Boss Hog up. Joe Jones, Eric Dansler. All right. Marcus, Umbrella Talks, Latoya. All right. Holly.
Day by day is more impossible to cope. I feel like I'm
Yo, please share this out.
Can't keep a
Please share this out so we can get some folks on here tonight. What I have to talk about is really very important because there's some shenanigans going on that, again, when I stop and I think about me and my thought process, I think sometimes I'm sort of sensible, but these folks got me out here wondering, is my mind playing tricks on me? But it's gonna be all right. All right, that's enough for the tagging. All right. Hopefully we'll get some folks on. And if not, we're going to rock and roll with that anyway. Ghetto Boys, 1991. The lyrics in this song, they actually describe the mental anguish and exhaustion of life as a gangster out here in these streets, okay, including actually dealing with symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, paranoia, suicidal ideations, and loneliness. Me and little boys who trick-or-treating, robbing little kids for bags. Yeah. So, what's the connection between what they're talking about and what I'm talking about tonight? Listen, a lot of times in politics, the logical that's in front of us gets moved to the side, and we have this dream mentality that just doesn't make sense if you're really a logical thinking person. And that's what I want to touch on tonight. Latoya, good to see you. Thank you for getting on. Hiram, let's go ahead on and win that up in Colleton County, for sure. Thomas, thank you for tuning in. And I don't like it when I feel like my mind is playing tricks on me. Especially when I spend time and I study the political scene and I watch races and I watch how people try to influence races and things like that. And that really bothers me. And I want everybody to know, like I put in the status, that I'm not doing this to influence anyone's decisions about who they support or who they're going to vote for in this school board election, all right? At all, okay? You make up your own mind. All I say is that if I make sense tonight, let it go. Go with it. Go with it. If I make sense tonight, okay? Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate you all that are on board. Please share this out. Invite others to get on, because this is about the Charleston County School District, School Board District 4 board member race, okay, where we have two candidates, both African Americans, both males, one former board member, one newbie that's trying to win this seat. And over the last few days, I actually hadn't even made up my mind who I was going to support until this controversy that I'm going to talk about tonight rose up. So it's 8 minutes after 7. Let me not delay this any. Let me get into this and stir this pot up a little bit. And again, at the end of this, if you want to message me or whatever, or if I say something, Cindy, what's going on? Good to see you. If I say something that sort of makes sense or whatever, please comment, so that I'm either I'm right or I'm wrong, one of the two. It can't be both on this, but something just ain't right. Okay, so night before last, Wednesday night, I posted this. I got a screenshot here. Okay, I'm going to read it. All righty, I posted this post after the candidate forum on Wednesday night that was held at Charity Missionary Baptist Church. The forum was hosted by Tessa Spencer, okay? And let me read the post for you. This is how I'm going to open this up, because this is what really started the online controversy with my post. Something that most of y'all who know me know that on my post, if I post it, I'm not looking for no arguments from nobody or nothing like that. I tell everybody, take it to your own page, But folks have a tendency to feel like they can come to my page on my post and say whatever they want to. So I want to back it up to that point with this post, to start with the post that I made on Wednesday night after the forum at the candidate forum for Charleston County School Board elections on Wednesday night. I wrote, tonight, the E3 Foundation, the Charleston Area Justice Ministry, the Charleston NAACP, the North Charleston Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and Movement 400 hosted a forum for all of the Charleston County School Board candidates. The candidates highlighted in yellow on the flyer and Samuel Watley, the 5 who are pictured in the photo. Here's the photo that I attached to it right here. The 5, okay, you have Carolina Jewett. You have next to her Craig Logan. In the middle is Samuel Watley. Next to him is Darren Calhoun III, and next to Darren is Darlene Dunmeyer. Okay, so that's the picture that was accompanying this post that I made. The candidates highlighted in yellow on the flyer and Samuel Watley, the 5 who are pictured in the photo, were the only ones who showed up. 5 out of 10 candidates. And 4 of those who attended are the candidates who spend more time talking about making CCSD right for our children, while the others, those other 6, that one that was there and the other 5, those other 6, while they spend their time bad-mouthing and lying about the ones who showed up. All right. I guess the Moms for Liberty candidates didn't think talking to their constituents was as important as talking about their opponents. And this forum was held in District 4. But only one of the candidates vying for the District 4 seat showed up, Craig Logan. And I put on there, sad. Okay, my closing line there was, this forum was held in District 4, Charity Missionary Baptist Church, but only one of the candidates out of the 2 that's vying for the District 4 seat showed up, Craig Logan. That was the post and the photo that I put up accompanying it. Okay. I tried to use StreamYard. I haven't figured out how to use StreamYard yet, so I can actually not have to do that or whatever. But I'm going to find it one time. I'm going to figure it out. Ralph, what's going on? Good to see you, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5 out of 10 candidates showed up, okay? And not long after me making that post on Wednesday night, a friend of mine, Anna Marks, she made this comment, and I quote, "Are we pretending that the groups that hosted the forum aren't aligned with Teach for America, which is a privatization group, Anita Zucker, and privatization?" Okay, that was Honor's quote. Yeah, good to see you too, Ralph. That was Honor's quote on my post, okay, that same night. And I responded to Honor because I really didn't understand why she made that post as she did. I responded to her, different post, Honor. That can be addressed anytime, and it should be. This is about the election, a once-in-this-year event. All 10 candidates were invited, and we see who showed up. And I intentionally didn't put the reasons I was told why they didn't show up. I'm holding that for another post. Now, let me be clear. I said I'm holding that. The reasons why the others didn't show up, the other 5 out of the 10 candidates who were invited and running for and want your vote, okay, I'm holding the reasons that I knew about, that were told to me about why they didn't show up. I said I'm holding that for another post. Well, this is that other post, all right? When invited, Ed Kelly, who's the Moms for Liberty candidate for District 2, Charleston County School District, District 2, and incumbent, he never even responded, period, okay? Kevin Hollinshead, which is the other candidate in District 4, along with Craig Logan, Kevin Hollinshead said he would not come to the forum to address his constituents, okay? The third opponent, the third candidate, Michelle Lieber, she's the Moms for Liberty candidate in District 6. She said that she could not come. Michelle Faust, another Moms for Liberty candidate in District 8, she canceled at the last minute. And then you have Charles Glover in District 8 also, who never responded. Who, in my humble opinion, because this is my live, I'm going to say what I want to, he shouldn't have even gotten in this race anyway. Maybe it's a split the vote thing. I don't know. But just think about it, okay? 10 were invited. 5 showed up. Our 4 candidates that who really are the ones who are in this for the right reasons, plus one more, Samuel Watley. He showed up. I give him credit for it, young fellow. I give him credit for it, even though he needs to stop preaching when he's running for office, okay? Say who you are, what you believe in, and then move along. Move along. Let's get to the issues, okay? But out of the other 5 that was left, Ed Kelly, Moms for Liberty, never responded. He's the incumbent, District 2. Kevin Hollinshead said he would not come, District 4. Michelle Lieber said she could not come, Moms for Liberty. Michelle Faust, Moms for Liberty, canceled at the last minute. And then Charles Glover, who shouldn't even have been in this race, he never responded either, okay? But so now, that's all of them. But for the purposes of this live, that's about the CCSD District 4 candidates, Kevin Hollinshead and Craig Logan. Craig Logan, as I said, he attended the forum while Kevin Hollinshead said he would not come. Straight out refused to come. So that was the post that I read from Honor Marks from Wednesday night. That was Wednesday night. That next morning, yesterday morning, Thursday morning, Honor Marks commented again on the thread, and she said after because she basically was talking about something that had really nothing to do with that post. Okay, talking about the people who presented the forum, who put the forum on. So now that yesterday morning she comes back and she says, Craig Logan works for E3, one of the billionaire-funded groups hosting the forum. If I were the candidate opposing him, I wouldn't have attended either. That was Honor's post or comment on my post. Apparently in response to my comment on the post saying that this forum was held in District 4, but only one of the candidates vying for the District 4 seat showed up. Craig Logan, sad, okay? So then, around that same time, now I commented on Honor's post. I commented, both of her posts, okay? But I'm not really going to get into my responses, okay? But so right around that same time, now enters Francis Baylott, okay? Now both of these are friends of mine, okay? Now Francis chimed in also on the post referring to me, okay? And he asks the question, he says, are you suggesting the other D4 candidate is M4L? What he's saying there is that the other District 4 candidate, I spoke about Craig Logan being there, okay? And about Kevin Hollinshead not being there. So he's saying that, he asked, am I suggesting the other D4 candidate is M4L? I never did that. I never suggested that. I don't even know where he inferred that from, but that's what he said. He says, sounds like it. I read what was posted. You can go back to the thread right now on my page and find the thread. It's right there. He said, it sounds like it. Stretching, reaching. And then he said, please provide evidence. So he basically put words in my mouth trying to say that I said that Kevin Hollinshead is Moms for Liberty. And then he said to provide evidence for it. What kind of sense does that make? See, like I said, it's messed up when your mind playing tricks on you because I'm not understanding this, okay? And then he also went on and said, also, did Logan disclose his financial relationship with pro-privatization Walton Family Foundation funded organization that organized this forum, okay? I would certainly think twice about attending a forum hosted by my opponent's employers, okay? Apparently, again, justifying the fact that Hollinshead wasn't there, okay? All righty. And talking about Craig Logan, I guess that him and Honor Marks must be supporting Hollinshead, because here they are defending Hollinshead and putting down Logan, okay, on my post, which really I offer it to anybody. If you don't like what I say on my page, share it to your own page and talk about it. You can even tag me on your own page and I might chime in. But don't come on my page trying to create discord and carrying on. I don't do that debate thing on my page and carrying on, So, but I digress, okay? I'm not going to share my responses on this live, okay, to Bailout or to Honor, okay? I only want to present Francis's reasons, okay, for disrespectfully challenging my posts, something that I've never done on his page, apparently because he's supporting Kevin Hollinshead, okay? All right, I just want to make sure that you hear his reasons. His reasons are because he said that he works with E3, which is one of the, Honor said that he works with E3, a billionaire-funded group that hosted the forum, okay? Okay, all right. I don't know. And then Francis went on to elaborate that, or asked the question, did he disclose his financial relationship with the Walton Family Foundation? All right, here we go with that back and forth. He questioned me. Did Logan disclose his financial relationship with pro-privatization Walton Family Foundation funded organization that organized the forum? I would certainly think twice about attending a forum hosted by my opponents, by my opponent's employers. Okay, all righty. Well, and then he went on, though. He didn't just stop there. I made a comment, I think, on there about, like I usually do, go ahead on with that foolishness. Wow, Francis just blocked you, huh? Okay, all right. Elvin, thank you for getting on. Carol, thank you for getting on. And you too, Cheryl, thank you. Good to see you. Please share this out, you all, and invite some more people in. Again, I'm trying to just make sure that my thought process is in line. It's messed up when your mind playing tricks on you. Okay, so then Francis goes on, Bailout goes on, and he went on to question and make a statement about Kevin Hollinshead. He wrote, Thomas Dixon, I'm very curious what made you move toward a candidate with ties to privatization groups over a candidate with a solid 4-year record of fighting privatization as a trustee. If it's personal, then none of my business. I want you to remember that. He said, if it's personal, then none of my business. But if it's policy-based, let the people hear. That's a fair request from someone with a well-earned, excellent reputation and significant platform. Yeah, one of the reasons why they come to my page and try to do it is because I have a platform. When they talk on their pages, they got 1 or 2 people that's listening to them or something like that. So they figure if they can come to my page and make their comments, get their cool points out, then more people will hear it. And I'm good with that. But don't think I don't know what's going on, okay? Game recognized game. I've been down for a long time, all right? So I just wanted to make it clear, okay? Francis said, if it's personal, then none of my business, quote unquote. If it's personal, then none of my business. So let me just say that at that time, yesterday morning, it was personal. So as he said, it was none of his business. The conversation should have been done. I didn't even respond because he should have been able to figure that out. Oh, he didn't respond, so it must be personal. So I refused to engage him at his request. And he then, he got increasingly more insistent. He stepped into that like bully mode, okay? But I think all of y'all know me well enough to know I don't bully easy, okay? So then he went on to write, Thomas Dixon, I guess it appears you are unwilling to share policy details about why you chose Logan and choose to overlook his direct ties to privatization and clear unwillingness to discuss those positions publicly. Again, let me restate myself. A couple of things. At that time, I had not made any kind of decisions about who I was supporting in the District 4 race personally. But he's telling me, He says, it appears you are unwilling to share policy details about why you chose Logan. I never chose Logan until after this whole encounter came in and I found out some more information, okay? And besides, he had just told me that if it's personal, I guess I need to mind my business. He needed to mind his business. I didn't respond. He should have known it was personal. And it was personal at that time. You see how this craziness goes? And this is an intelligent man. I don't get it. It's messed up when your mind playing tricks on you. He made a general assumption, put it on my page as if it was fact. He pulled a Donald Trump. If I tell a lie long, what is it? W.C. Fields said, if I tell a lie long enough and loud enough, people will believe it. And that's exactly what he did. He took what I did, adapted it to his own thought process, and then made it like I was thinking that way. That's crazy. And again, Francis is my friend. He's my friend. And then later on, yesterday morning, on his own page, okay? This was on his own page. You see? On his own page. You see it? He posted this on his Facebook page, and I'll read it off of here. It says, why are public education activists rallying behind a school candidate with direct ties to privatization over another candidate with a solid 4-year voting record supporting public education and fighting privatization? What am I missing? Help me understand. Sneak dissing. And then he got at the bottom, and this is like one of them active emojis and carrying on. Red flags everywhere, okay? Sneak dissing. Yeah, well, he's talking about me. But that's cool. Because I wouldn't engage him. So he went back to his page and wah. Okay? You know. Why are public education... Why didn't he say, why is Pastor Dixon? Why didn't he say that? Man up. Well, I get almost cussed. Man up. Then the GIF at the red flags everywhere. And the thing is like this. Red flags everywhere. Wow. Wow. That's how all this started. Okay? Now let me get to the sauce, okay? So since that back and forth, okay, I've learned some things. Again, like I said, as of that time, I hadn't actually made a clear decision on my support for anybody in that District 4 Charleston County School District race, District 4. As of that point. But since then, I've learned some things that have made me question the motives of the candidate who appears that Honor Marks and Francis Baylock are defending, Kevin Hollinshead. Questions that also make me wonder why these two education advocates are so adamant in their support. Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder, why are they so adamant in their support? Now, you see, I didn't do like Frank did. I called his name out, straight up. I called her name out. You know, that's what real men do. We come straight up with it. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm going to call you out just like I see it, okay? Questions that also make me wonder why these two education advocates are so adamant in their support. But my opinions might not be their reality. I don't know. You know, just like he thought his opinion was my reality. Wrong. His opinion was an opinion. It wasn't my reality. So my opinions might not be their reality. And subsequently, my friends, I've been caught in a dilemma. Okay, caught in a dilemma. And again, let me make myself perfectly clear right now, for the first time publicly. Right now, I am absolutely endorsing Craig Logan in the race for Charleston County School District 4. Absolutely, unequivocally. Okay? After weighing all of the circumstances that was triggered by that foolishness on my page, people coming to my page yesterday and getting additional information, doing my homework, I decided that Craig Logan is the only one I will support in this race. All right? So the dilemma, as I've said, I'm talking about the two candidates in the Charleston County School District 4 race, Craig Logan and Kevin Hollinshead. But now, let's get something straight, okay? Candidate Kevin Hollinshead is not who is my friend too. Unfortunately, these are people who I call friends, all right? But I'm going to tell the truth about you, even if you're a friend or foe. Don't make a difference. And I expect the same in return. I definitely expect the same in return. If I got a booger on my nose, please tell me. Don't be walking around looking at me and people laughing and carrying on. Clean your nose, Dixon. Please. Tell the truth. I embrace the truth. And I'm telling the truth on my friends, so I hope they will embrace this truth, okay? What I know. Now, it could be open interpretation, and that's why I say, I'm giving it to you all. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. But Kevin Hollinshead is not supposed to be associated with or supported by Moms for Liberty. Bottom line, okay? And I certainly hope that that's not the case. Although, I'm gonna put a caveat in there, although he hasn't been active in the struggles that we've had at CCSD fighting with Moms for Liberty since 2022. He's been absent, nowhere around, no voice involved in that struggle against Moms for Liberty. But as I present the information that I'm about to share, I'm interested again in knowing really what you think. Okay, y'all can tell me about it as I go further. Please. And please share this out and invite some more people in. All right. Now, here are the facts. Apparently someone pulled the criminal background, a criminal background check, that tactic, okay? Pulled the criminal background check, something that comes out of the old school racist playbook. And they found out that Craig Logan has a past, okay? A past. Just like me and probably nearly every other black male in America, including Kevin Hollinshead. He got an arrest record, okay? So this alt-right group called We the People, okay, they emailed the CCSD board members to tell them about Craig Logan's criminal background. They emailed the CCSD board members, the seated board members, about the scary black man's criminal past, okay? This group, We the People. Let me talk about this group, We the People, right quick, as I see time is passing. All righty. We the People. The founder of We the People, this group, We the People, is this guy by the name of Eric Benjamin Corcoran, who I've known and had run-ins with since 2020, okay? I've been around too long. I know folks, okay? Eric Benjamin Corcoran is an Irish Trump-supporting bigot who was in Washington, D.C. on January 6th, and he stood with the Charleston Confederate flaggers in the aftermath of George Floyd. He's a racist bigot, okay? And he was also with Corey Allen, Tyler Bessinger, and the Proud Boys opposing protesters in Charleston in the aftermath of George Floyd. Okay. And all of them, Eric Benjamin Corcoran, Corey Allen, Tyler Bessinger, the Proud Boys, all of them was in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Okay. I got a few pictures here, all righty. I'm going to put this up right here so you might be able to see a bit of it. But right here, these fellas over here in this yellow, right? First off, it says down here, who is this? SC, We the People, right? We the People. And this is the rally they had downtown. Bessinger, Corey Allen, Randall Horace, Corcoran, and some more folks. They had downtown at City Hall, all right? But I know that's not too easy to see. So We the People had a split screen, right? With Eric Benjamin Corcoran standing right up here with the Proud Boys right down there. Okay? Yeah. This is the guy that wants to send the criminal background check on Craig Logan into the school board members to badmouth Craig Logan and to create fear, I guess, in the hearts of the board members. Ain't that something? Let's see. What? Okay. All right. Listen, this one right here. Okay. This was his writing. Remember, this is We the People right here. This is his writing right here. He says right there, he says, "Thank you, Corey Allen and Tyler Bessinger, for putting this together. I was also moved by Kizzy Smalls and Randall Horace. They had a lot to say. Okay, so I'm not lying. This is the guy who sent the email to create fear with the board members about Craig Logan because of his past, his criminal background, the big scary black man. We got to fear him. But this is the same guy right here who was in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Let me read it for you. It says, Presley Stutz and I stood strongly together on January 6th in Washington, D.C. We stood for liberty and integrity in a time of darkness in our nation. This man inspired many, and we are not about to back down. Yes, yes. He says, I am more MAGA now than ever. Who is that down there? Eric Benjamin Corcoran. This is the clown who calls himself bad-mouthing the brother that's running for the school district. Yeah. He was in there as a patriot. You saw the Patriots, what they did on January 6th, right? What Donald Trump said, this was a day of love. Let me just say something on that message, okay? Because we have advocates who I associate with who deal with domestic violence. One of the things, domestic violence abusers and those who are abused, they equate love with violence. I'm going to let that sink in. They equate love with the abusers, make the abused believe that it's their love for them that makes them do that. Treat them like that. Okay? That's wild, isn't it? That's wild. So, yeah. And all of them were in Washington, D.C. Bessinger, Corey Allen, Benjamin, We the People, Proud Boys, all these folks was in Washington, D.C. These bigots. So I ask you this. Why is this guy adding his 2 cents into this school board race and demonizing Kevin Hollinshed's opponent? Why is he doing that? Next point. Moms for Liberty CCSD School Board candidate Michelle Lieber. Okay. Michelle Lieber is the District 6 candidate who actually has nothing to do with the District 4 race. She emailed the Kevin Hollinshead and Craig Logan's race. She has nothing to do with that. This is District 4. She's the candidate, the Moms for Liberty candidate in District 6. She emailed and circulated that same letter in her circles that We the People sent to the board members about Logan's background, even though she's not even a candidate in that race. Michelle Lieber? What about Michelle Lieber? Michelle Lieber is the wife of MAGA, radical, right-wing 3%ers, a group like the Proud Boys, Matt Lieber. That's her husband. A convicted domestic abuser who I don't see Mrs. Lieber circulating her husband's criminal background, but she's circulating the brother's background. Michelle Lieber, right? So I ask you, why is this Moms for Liberty Charleston County School Board candidate bad-mouthing Kevin Hollinshed's opponent, especially since it's not even her school board race? Now, Elvin, I don't know whether you're still on here, Elvin, but here's that screenshot that Kathy Ann shared earlier today. And here's where your superintendent conspiracy theories come from, not from the people you are accusing. So please, make sure you go in on Lieber's wife like you went in on our folks. It's only fair. We are equal opportunity advocates around here, all right? So now, it don't stop at that, though. It don't stop there. Let's see. All right, move that right there. Another point of order. It's this news outlet called Fitz News, right? Fitz News. Fitz News is a local right-wing online news outlet that supports bigots like the Liebers, Corey Allen, and Donald Trump. And Fitz News published an article about Craig Logan based on the same information that was spread by the alt-right We the People and Michelle Lieber. an article in which they cited heavily from an interview Craig Logan did with Quentin Washington of Quentin's Close-Ups fame. Fitz News, an alt-right online news outlet, okay, they published a whole article. I forgot to put it in the status. Okay, I'll post a link to the article in the status. Y'all can read it for yourself. Okay, but what was funny? Okay, this whole article was this negative attack about Craig Logan and his history based on Quentin's Close-Ups interview and that letter. Okay, but when it got down to the last few paragraphs in the article, let me see. The article ended praising Logan's opponent, Kevin Hollinshead, as a family man with a history of law enforcement, and even though it failed to mention Hollinshead's criminal background. Okay, in the article, after demonizing Craig Logan by highlighting his criminal background and showing mugshots from 2013 and 2014, the reporter, his name is Dylan Nolan. Wait a minute, let me back up, okay? Let me give you the sauce, okay? Here is the picture that's associated with the article, okay? Here's Quentin from Quentin's Close-Up, all right, who the reporter drew heavy from his interview, and also from the letter that Michelle Lieber and others were circulated, and we the people's letter about the criminal background. But look at the picture he used of Craig Logan. Look at the picture this bigot put up there of Craig Logan. That picture. Then inside of the body of this was the primary picture at the top of the article. Then inside of the article, you had Craig Logan's mugshot from 2013, and then a mugshot from 2014, 10 and 11 years ago. But no pictures of Craig Logan today. This is the guy who did the article, right? This is the guy who works for Fitz News now. His name is Dylan Nolan, and he's the director of special projects at Fitz News. And here's what this creep wrote, okay? After all of that negativity he put in there, I'll post the link. I'll post the link for you. Yeah, he's just a good kid. It kind of look like Cal Rittenhouse, don't he? or pick one of them serial killers, or one of them mass murders, or something like that. You better keep an eye on him. I digress, though. But here's what, after all of this lengthy going in on Craig Logan and Craig Logan's background, okay, his criminal background, he closes with these words about Kevin Hollinshead, okay? He says, Logan, who doesn't have any children, that's shade right there, okay, is opposed by Kevin Hollinshead, a law enforcement veteran and father of three. Hollinshead was elected to the Charleston County School Board in 2016, but lost to current board member Courtney Waters in 2020. Waters isn't seeking re-election. Hollinshead is now semi-retired, but occasionally consults on legal cases and testifies in court, as well as operating a catering company called Henry's Barbecue and more. His campaign website biography indicates that he was married to the late Monica Gentry Hollinshead, a devoted teacher with the Charleston County School District. The couple's 3 children all graduated from local schools, including their eldest, who is now a public school administrator. This, after literally dragging Craig Logan's name through the mud. Oh, here's the picture. I just showed you Craig Logan's picture that was on the article, right? Here's Kevin Hollinshead's picture he posts. Come on now, folks. Is he trying to make sure that there's a negative spin about Craig Logan, and then in the same article build Kevin Hollinshead up? And remember, this is an alt-right media news publication, online news publication. They love Donald Trump They love the Liebers and Corey Allen and Tyler Bessinger and all them racist bigots out here. They love Moms for Liberty at Fitz News. And here they are tearing this kid tearing Craig Logan down based on an article, the interview that he did with Quentin from Quentin's Close-Ups now. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Based on that article, tearing down Craig Logan while elevating and building up Kevin Hollinshead. Why? Why? What kind of connection do these bigots have with Kevin? Now, on Quentin Washington, right? I mentioned that the Fit News article cited quite a bit of information taken from an interview conducted by esteemed and well-respected journalist Quentin Washington for his online podcast called Quentin's Close-Ups. An interview with Craig Logan in which Quentin closed that interview with a relentless inquisition aimed at publicly exposing Logan's criminal background to his listening audience. That's how he closed it. He went in on Craig Logan about his criminal background, something that I really haven't seen Quentin do the way that he did that. Now, I thought it was just me, though. So I went back and I watched similar interviews with Hollinshead and even some Moms for Liberty school board candidates where Washington's line of questioning was nowhere near as aggressive as it was with Logan. Wasn't near about as aggressive as it was with Logan. And Washington didn't ever in those things bring up Kevin Hollinshead's criminal background when he interviewed him. Not once. Quentin sounded, in that interview, more like Brett Baer interviewing Kamala Harris on Wednesday than the seasoned, veteran, sophisticated interviewer that I've watched, admired, and respected in the past. I don't know what's gotten into Quentin either. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Now, I just want, for the record, I want to make it understood, okay? I want this put on the record. I personally don't think that in that interview, Craig Logan handled Quentin's questions about his background well at all. That's my personal opinion, okay? As a matter of fact, he should have, in my opinion, he should have told the story about his past before anyone else had a chance to tell his story. And since he hadn't done it, he should have taken the opportunity with Quentin to patiently address his past to his future constituents who were only hearing one side, the racist side that is known for demonizing black people who they fear using criminal offenses of the past, no matter how minor. They did it to Dr. King. They brought up all of his past and whatever. Walter Scott, as soon as Walter Scott was dead, and the first thing they did was post a picture of him from the arrest record from years ago, not his army picture, okay? They did it to me. They continue to do it to me. They make it seem like I got out of prison in 2001. They make it seem like I was in prison yesterday, okay? Because they try to create the scary black man image from the black men who they fear are going to actually move something in their community. And here you have this happening right there, okay? Right there. Now, and finally, although I haven't checked his South Carolina Ethics Commission report, Kevin Hollinshead now is running a much more sophisticated campaign than his previous runs for office. Now, I'm not here to say anything about that. It just looks different and it feels a little bit different than it has in the past. In other words, it looks like he's much better funded than he was in the past. Now, at this moment, again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not prepared to make a statement about this, but I will report back to you as soon as I check on his filings, whether there have been any questionable contributions or not. So, after all this, a documented MAGA racist organization associated with the Proud Boys and the Confederate flaggers bad-mouthing Kevin Hollinshead's opponent. A MAGA Moms for Liberty candidate running in a different Charleston County School District school board race who is married to a member of a right-wing terrorist group who's been arrested for domestic violence, going in on Kevin Hollinshead's opponent. An alt-right MAGA online magazine publishing an article demonizing Craig Logan while praising Kevin Hollinshead that was written by a kid who looks like Kyle Rittenhouse and prides himself in attending Trump rallies. And a respected black journalist who broke character for what appeared to be a political hit job by weaponizing Craig Logan's criminal background against him. All of this literally attacking Craig Logan and his character in what appears to be an attempt to give Kevin Hollinshead an edge in the CCSD District 4 school board race. Why? Why? So when I bundle all this together, in the words of Francis Bailout himself, in referring to my post from the night before last, red flags everywhere. Red Moms for Liberty flags everywhere. But Bailout's head is so far up in the clouds that it's apparent that he can't see the red flags that are right here on the ground. My apologies, my friend. I am very sorry if you are offended, but the truth shall set you free. It appears, and I reinforce the word, it appears that Kevin Hollinshead might have ties to Moms for Liberty. I just presented the evidence. Facts. It appears, Elvin, it appears that your friend might have ties to Moms for Liberty. And Teddy, I would advise you to be careful about how you comment or emoji on them different posts and carrying on. Because if I discover that he's connected to Moms for Liberty, I'm taking everybody down with him. Straight up. I'm just letting you know. All righty? My apologies, Francis, for what I just said. But, if you keep your head and your mind open, maybe you learn something. I didn't just, I learned that information. And if I learned it, you could learn it. Okay? So, the questions. The logical questions, as we're up at 7:52? Logical questions. Why are Trump-loving Project 2025 supporting racist bigots? Why are they trying to discredit Craig Logan? Why is Moms for Liberty campaigning against Craig Logan? Why are right-wing, alt-right, MAGA Moms for Liberty supporters going so hard, literally campaigning against Kevin Hollinshead's opponent, Craig Logan? Are they doing this to somehow give Hollinshead an edge over Logan by attempting to assassinate his character according to that timeless racist playbook many black people know all too well? Is Kevin Hollinshead oblivious to this love that's being shown for him by these racists? Or does he know about it and condones it? And if Hollinshead knows about what's going on with these racist attacks that are attacking the character of his black opponent, a tactic again taken straight out of the racist playbook from the past, why hasn't Kevin told those bigots to stop tearing down his fellow black brother if he knows what's going on? What connection does Kevin Hollinshead have with these racists who apparently are trying to give him the edge in this election using fear tactics that are straight out that playbook? What's the connection? It's messed up when my mind's playing tricks on me. So I need y'all to help me out. Am I thinking straight? Because if I'm not thinking straight, please let me know. Please let me know. Now, as I come to a close, in my back and forth with Francis Bailout, I made this comment too, okay? For the record, this is the comment I made. You can go back to my Facebook page and you can find it right up under that same post, okay? The same post I started with. This one right, where is it at? This one right there, okay? Got the picture and everything right there. Go back there. Everything I'm saying is right there, okay? I posted this. I said, for the record, whoever wins, I will still be in the boardroom fighting for public education. And I said to Francis, right next to you. And if Logan or Hollinshead, either one of them, strays away from that, public education, I'll go just as hard after either of them as I did Eric Mack and the rest. And folks know I have not been silent or ashamed about my opposition to Mack and his privatization schemes. And I will go in on whichever one of them wins. This ain't got nothing to do with no friendship and carrying on. If you're wrong, and I'm coming after you, straight up. So whichever one wins, it doesn't make me a bit of difference as far as when you violate, I'm coming after you. Our children's futures are at stake. And I'm not going to let that be compromised by anybody. So if I'm wrong about Craig, okay, then I'm going to hold him accountable. If I'm wrong or right about Kevin, and he wins, I'm going to hold him accountable. No matter who. But right now, it don't look right. Something's rotten. Something's rotten. Is the information shared by Francis and Honor about Logan correct? Honestly, I don't know. It quite possibly could be. Because I've known them to be credible witnesses in the past. It could be. But that doesn't make any difference to me because he doesn't have ties to Moms for Liberty. In the political climate that we're in right now, and the national existential threat we have in Moms for Liberty, MAGA, Trump, and Project 2025, my job, my black job, is to address what looks like a clear and present danger that appears to literally be campaigning against someone they say has ties to privatization groups. So I ask you, what is the greatest threat right now? A board stacked with a Moms for Liberty majority for 4 more years? Or the threat of someone who might have ties to privatization, who has been in the fight to save public education while his opponent has sat it out while we were in the boardroom supporting our soldiers? What's more important? The existential threat of the MAGA movement and Moms for Liberty taking over our schools, our board majority again? Or worrying about this guy being somebody's tied to privatization, and then knowing that we're going to go after him if he is. Okay? In the Charleston County School District District 4 race, my personal thoughts are that we're not looking unrealistically. I want you to hear this, okay? In this race, my personal thoughts are we're not looking unrealistically for a sanitized, perfect candidate where all the public school boxes are checked, okay? That's not the kind of person we're looking for, okay? If so, we will never find that candidate and will frustrate and run off any prospective candidate that we try to scrutinize and hold to that standard. We don't run them off. If we trying to make sure we got the darn brown paper bag test up. We're trying to sanitize it. We're trying to make sure our candidate has to be perfect. Or he can't be our candidate. No. Kind of like what we see in church, you know. If you don't live up to the expectation of them pastors and carrying on, they're sin. The people sin look a lot worse than the pastor's sin, even though it's the same sin. Ain't no difference, okay? So what are we looking for, okay? What are we looking for as I close? We are looking for someone who, one, has no ties to Moms for Liberty. You get it? You get it? I don't know whether what I've said tonight makes sense or not. If it does make sense, please, you evaluate it for yourself. If it makes sense, then you know the message, okay? If it doesn't make sense, well and good. But we are looking for to take charge of our children in a school board seat where we overthrow the majority Moms for Liberty board that's seated in Charleston County and replace that with a majority right-thinking board. Okay? We're looking for candidates who have no ties to Moms for Liberty. Someone who is pro-public education and someone who is willing to learn and be molded and shaped by our seasoned veteran public school advocates into a strong advocate for our children in their own right, and who will be able to stand in opposition to anyone who is not pro-public education. Let me read those again. Little three things, okay? What we're looking for. We're looking for someone who has, 1, no ties to Moms for Liberty. 2, someone who is pro-public education. And 3, someone who is willing to learn and be molded and shaped by our seasoned veteran public school advocates, our Darlene Dunmeyers, our Darren Calhouns, and our Carol Temples, okay? With some advice from Courtney Waters along the way, who are willing to be molded and shaped by our seasoned veteran public school advocates into a strong advocate for our children in their own right, and who will be able to stand on their own, ultimately in opposition to anyone who is not pro-public education. That's my take on it. That's my story, and that's what I'm sticking to. And if anybody got offended by anything I said tonight, please get over it, because that's my First Amendment right to express myself as I see fit. I substantiated what I said. I'm going to put the link to that Fitz News BS, excuse me for saying it the way that I did, article, that hack job against Craig Logan, the same type of hack job that I saw with Quentin's close-up, which I hate that I have to say that about a very talented and educated black man who has been in journalism with a quality of journalistic skills for a very long time. But this ain't right. This ain't right. These people, the racists, have teamed up to discredit Craig Logan and build up Kevin Hollinshead. Why is that? Anytime that the racists get on a person's side, you better watch that person. You better keep your eyes on that person. That is probably not the person you want to put your trust in. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong about Kevin. As a matter of fact, I hope that I'm wrong about Kevin. Kevin, if you see this or watched it, man, and you are tied to them people, get right. Get right. Cut them loose. If they gave you something, get back. Man up. And then come on over to the light. Come into the light. And you can tell your story about how you walked away from that mess. If that's what's going on. And if it's not, refute it. Refute it. Refute it. Explain to me. I'm not going to do like Balak did, talk about, well, the people deserve it. Explain it to me, your friend, why it is that the racists are siding with you. The people that we're trying to get rid of, why are they siding with you? That's all I want to know. And with that being said, for everybody that stood this time with me and stayed on, I really appreciate you. Thank you all for listening. I'll be back again with something new. You know, Monday is early voting, starts from Monday the 21st to November the 2nd. Get it cracking. Take somebody to the polls with you. Check your voters registration and get your sample ballot at scvotes.gov or scvotes.org. All you have to do is answer about 5 different quick questions, man, and you pull up all your information, who your candidates are, where you go voting at. Don't forget that the school board races, okay, they're not part of your Democratic slate or the Republican slate. That slate, your party slate, they're below that. So once you finish voting for those candidates that are part of your party, you got to vote for your nonpartisan race, your school board races after that. Don't forget to vote. Vote in District 2, Charleston County School District, for Carolina Jewett. Don't vote for Ed Kelly. He don't need to get back in there. He's Moms for Liberty. In District 4, vote for Craig Logan. I decided that I would rather vote for Craig Logan than the other guy who is, for some reason or other, being pushed to the top by the racist. In District 6, vote for Darren Calhoun the second. Vote for Darren, because Michelle Lieber is a big bigot. Her and her son, who's running for South Carolina Senate in District 41, I believe it is. Vote Rita Atkins in that. He don't need to be in office. These are lynched black people racist. They're that kind of racist. Matt Lieber called Michelle Obama, said that's a dude. Called her a man. And then tried to delete the post. Oh, we got it. We got the screenshot. For sure. In District 8, vote Darlene Dunmire Robeson. That's only Michelle Faust, who's in that race, is Moms for Liberty. And Charles Glover, I don't know what possessed him to get into that race, but I need to check his financials too. Okay? He has no business in that race. And just because he's black, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. I'm going to tell you for sure. Unquestionably, Darlene Dunmire Robeson is I can't even describe the quality of candidate that she has proven to be. Darren Lee Calhoun, the second, the kind of candidate he's proven to be. And our other two choices, Carolina Jewett and also Craig Logan, that they will be mentored up under them so that they become the strong advocates for public school education that won't bow down, kowtow to Moms for Liberty, and will stand up, fight up, and tell Moms for Liberty to shut up. Because this is all about our kids. Listen, y'all take care. Have a wonderful evening. I'm just over 1 hour. I love you all more than you'll ever know. Thank you all for all of the birthday blessings and anniversary wishes and everything. You all are incredible. And remember, please, I appreciate everything that you do, all the love you show for me. But start that love at home. Start it with your babies, with your little ones. Start it with your spouse, your husband, your wife, your significant other, your partner, your life partner, your nieces, your nephews, your uncles, your aunties. Show some love somewhere, people. That's all we got to do. Alan, it's an honor and a privilege to serve. It's an honor and a privilege. And it's an honor and a privilege to serve beside you also. Okay? So, y'all take care. Love your loved ones. Pray for those who don't like you. Okay? But love them too. Because I do. And everybody I mentioned tonight, even though I told the truth about you, man, I love y'all. If Kevin ever needed anything, he got that. Francis ever need anything, he know that. He got that, okay? Honor the same way, okay? Even the bigots, I think they know that about Pastor Dixon. If they ever was in a situation where they really needed something, they know they could reach out and contact me. And that's a good feeling to know that, okay? Y'all take care, man. I love you all, from my wife and to each and every one of y'all, also in your respective places. God bless you. Tune in to Life Community Church on Sunday morning at 10:15. I got a word for everybody. Take care. Peace.